Alrighty, hello again. So today I learned, I don't know, I learned a couple things, I guess, but the thing I was going to talk about though was, or is, that when you're being, I don't want to say accused, but when you're being brought, when something's being brought to your attention that you made a mistake, when someone's telling you that you screwed up, they're pointing out something that you did wrong, whatever. I think that it's so easy to immediately become defensive, and I think that I've been over this before. I've been over most things before, but I was going to say that it becomes so easy to be defensive, and fight and say, well, no, this isn't my fault. Like, you're trying to find some excuse for why this is not your fault. Is basically the gist of it. Is you don't want it to be your fault. You don't want to take ownership of it. That's the very first instinct I think that we probably all have, because we don't want to be blamed for something we did wrong, because it just tears away your morale and stuff. But I think you should try to take total ownership, total accountability, and just say, you know what? Yeah, that was totally my fault. My bad. I learned from it. It won't happen next time. Like, that was totally my fault. And I've actually definitely made a video on this before, so I don't want to talk about this too much, because you've probably already seen it, maybe. But I think taking ownership and taking the high road and saying, yeah, that was my fault. That's not your fault. It's not his fault. It's not anybody else's fault but me. I think that what that does is, oh wow, there's a little slush. Is taking ownership. You're taking the higher road. I think that it gives you some freedom. I feel like you feel more empowered and free almost, because that's what the stronger person will do. Is they'll admit to their mistakes, and they'll gladly open up and say that this is their fault. It's the weaker person's job who's not going to do this. It's their job to make excuses and point fingers and divert and defend, or that's what the weak person will do, because they don't have the courage to take ownership. They don't have the courage to admit that it's their fault, or whatever the thing was their bad. It was their fault, their own doing. I think that big leaders, really important, powerful leaders, take absolute accountability for their own action. I feel like that is a really crucial piece to living a happy life. Is just taking accountability and stopping this whole blame game. I think the blame game is dangerous because it's just so easy. I hear it constantly. Every person I ever talk to, I don't hear anyone take ownership for anything anymore. I just hear, this is their fault. Why am I being blamed for this? They could have done this, or they should have done that. And it's like, no, that's not it. That's just not how it works. People that are really successful and powerful and are awesome leaders don't do that. They just don't. So I think that is an awesome quality to, or awesome trait maybe to start to incorporate into your life and just try to do more of. Because it's just, if you pay attention to it in the real world, you'll start to notice that everybody loves their excuses. And you probably already do notice this, but excuses are just so common. It's just so common. It's crazy. And I do not like it because it doesn't get you anywhere. So I don't have too much more to say on that, I suppose. And that was just one thing that I learned today, or I guess because there's some things that I learned for the first time, and there's some things that got like reminded to me as a refresher. It's like, oh, remember this thing? You learned that a while ago. You gotta implement that in your life, or I've forgotten about it. So that was kind of one of those things that I think happened. Let's see. There was someone honked at me earlier this morning, and I'm getting pretty good at this whole like self-regulation thing, or I'm getting better at it at least. I used to just get so flustered when somebody would honk at me or whatever, or someone would accuse me. I used to get so flustered and mad and defensive. So it kind of plays back into this whole theme here. But I am improving, I think, in a pretty good way. Because Because now, whenever someone is tailgating me or honking at me or swerves around me because they're pissed, I just don't let it bother me anymore. That's definitely taken some practice, because certainly I used to like honk back and speed away and brake fast. I used to do everything was very impulsive and intense and rapid and not very thought through, and it wasn't very self-regulatory. It was me diving into their own wrongdoings or their own bad habits or whatever. It's just me throwing myself that way, which is not healthy at all. So I've gotten better at that. So that was a little example, I guess. This morning, someone was honking at me, and I noticed it, and I just kind of didn't really, I don't know. I looked at them, I was like, huh, what's going on? But I don't know. I didn't let that bother me. I just kind of kept doing my thing. So I've gotten better at that. I don't have too much else. Oh, I was going to say, also, I think that I've been over this a little bit also in the past, but I was talking to one of my friends last night about just some of his life, like his plans for goal, like his action steps and his goals. But I thought it was just kind of cool how we were talking about how important it is to have a goal and then have clear and concise action steps to get you to that goal. Because I think that's when people really thrive, is when they have a mission and a goal. And so when you have that laid out, and when you have that plan, like scripted and real, and you've thought through it, and you've invested in this idea, and you have the plans and the steps to get you there, I think that people just do really well. People don't do well. They might pretend that they do well, but people do not do well when they're just sitting on the couch eating chips. They might just say, yeah, I'm just chilling, I'm just hanging out, smoking weed, like having a good time, relaxing. I love relaxing. And while that might be true on the surface, I think deep down they're dying to go out and have a mission and have a goal and have something really powerful to work towards. That's why it's so hard when you feel lost, is like you don't really know what to do, where to go, or how to get anywhere, because if you don't have a clear goal, you're probably not going to reach it, because it's just you're going to be wandering around aimlessly. I know Tony Robbins always talks about how if you are like on a ship and you don't have a clear place to go, you just float in the water. You just wander around aimlessly. You're not going to get anywhere unless you have a thing that you're searching for or reaching for. And so oh gosh, I gotta stop. So we were talking about that a little bit. So I thought it was kind of cool how he had clearly done some research and invested some time in this idea. And that was kind of cool to me, because I know that he's going to just if he does follow through with this, and whether he doesn't, not like he has to, obviously he can do whatever he wants, but if he did, and if he does, I think that he'll be forever rewarded. And so I think that's kind of cool that he's, pushing himself outside of his comfort zone and trying, just trying a different thing and stretching himself a little bit. So anyway, that's all I have to say. I'm doing a Nessus Park trip very soon here, and I'm also going for a little nap today, I decided. I haven't napped for a while. I seem to only nap whenever I'm sick, but I'm going to just do this little exercise on being kind to myself. So I'm pretty sure I'm behind on sleep a little bit. I'm not bad, I feel fine. But I guess I am a little bit groggy. But anyway, I was gonna just do this little nap thing, just to reinforce this idea of allowing myself to be gentle and kind to myself. And I think that taking a nap is always it's always been one of those things. Not always, but the last couple of years, it's been one of those things where I just feel guilty almost. I feel like I don't deserve a nap, or I didn't work hard enough to earn a nap. And I still totally feel that way. Like right now, I feel like I need to go to the gym first, and then maybe I can take a nap. But then even after the gym, though, I'm always like, I don't really even want a nap. I want to just keep doing things. So anyway, this nap is an exercise for me to train my brain into getting better at being kind with myself. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll go to the gym. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm done talking now. I'll see you, probably not tomorrow, actually. I'll see you at some point. Roger out.